Is that working?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, great. Yeah, just let me know. You just want to go straight through the slides, or were there a particular ones?
Just gonna cover those first two.
Okay.
So again, speaking of Bookchin, so I think again, Jordan, we're trying to really highlight the importance of why these groups exist, and we have to start a little bit with Bookchin. As you can see on the screen here, as you know, if you've read Bookchin, that he really strongly advocated like the discussion and study groups are the first step to any revolutionary movement. And having study groups that help create that solidarity and shared language in order to build something that's mass and organizing, it's a political movement. And so any training you go to when it comes to organizing and activism, they'll talk about, always organize. There's agitation and organizing, right? But the other piece of that formula, if it were, is education. So there's agitate, educate, organize. If we, not only those of us on the call, but everyone else, if we do not understand these issues, then what in the hell are we organizing it for? So it's one thing to go out and say, yeah, we're organizing for Fight for 15. We're there to save the sea otters there in California. We're, fighting pipelines. That's great. But why is this an issue? So if we don't understand these issues, then we're not going to understand the very policies that some of these things are going through the state house and federal level and everything, right? So that's why we need these reading groups or discussion groups, whatever you want to create. There are many outside of what we're trying to cultivate through the Green Socialist Organizing Project. There's a lot of anarchist free schools that have been around since the 70s, and they still continue to this day. There are various radical organizations that are not only on campus, but in communities as well. There's like a free school, like I said, a free school up in Madison. There's some radical study groups, and I'm just picking the ones in the Midwest because I know those a little bit better. Study groups like in Chicago and Milwaukee and Detroit, some in St. Louis. I know there's some out in Denver, a couple I know in New York as well. So these things exist, but what we're trying to really advocate for is to do it more on a very local level. And then hopefully that can start building into more networks, into other reading groups. And if Gary, if you can go to the next slide.